If I could grow wings, I would do anything. I would take you with me. Can't you see? If I could fly high, I would give you the sky. Don't you make no mistake. What does it take? What's up, everybody? Welcome to Movie Emporium's Flashback Reviews, where we take movies from our past, break them down, and tell you all about them. It's the first episode, so I figured I'd take a movie that not a lot of people have seen or heard of, but is very special to me as a kid growing up. It's called One Crazy Summer. It's directed by Savage Steve Holland, who you might remember from directing Better Off Dead. It's the story of a character played by John Cusack. His name is Hoops, and he's a struggling artist who's getting ready to graduate from high school. He's been drawing this comic, but can't end it. So he gets involved with going with his friend, played by Joel Murray, to Nantucket Island, and so forth. He meets a character named Cassandra, who's played by Demi Moore. And so throughout the story, Cassandra's trying to get her estate that her grandparents own. She's trying to save it from the Beckers, and Becker's father and Teddy, who's the main antagonist of the movie. And in the preceding hour and a half of the movie, she's trying to earn money. I think it's like $5,000 to save it from the bank. And as she's doing that, we got Hoops, who's involved with Joel Murray's character, and then you have Curtis Armstrong, who plays Akak, and he's involved. And then you get the Bobcat Goldthwait and his brother, which is the Egg Brothers. And this movie is just insane, to say the least. I mean, you have everything from a foaming dolphin that's kind of like a Jaws character, to a dog who has a cone around his head, and like everything you can imagine. There's an uncle who's waiting to win $1 million by listening to a radio station all week or all month or all summer or whatever it is. And then the grandmother's charging Hoops and Joel Murray's character to stay at her house. And this movie is special in so many ways because, one, I did grow up on it. It's like one of the only movies, like kind of like Ferris Bueller's Day Off and Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, where I watched it incessantly as a kid because it has this fantastical nature about it. Hoops is a guy who wants to create this comic to get into a school, but he can't figure out how to do it. And then you see the comic animated kind of play out throughout the movie, and it kind of shows his emotion. Because it's about the cute and fuzzy bunnies, and there's this kind of rhinoceros character who's trying to fall in love, but the cute and fuzzy bunnies want nothing to do with it, so they kill him in all sorts of ways, and so on and so forth. And it's about his emotion to the world around him. But Nantucket Island is this offshoot island. It's kind of like Amity Island. This movie kind of plays off Amity Island a little bit, where they're shooting a movie like Jaws, but it's about a rabid dolphin. And then you have the whole Teddy aspect where Hoop's character kind of dates his girlfriend, and there's a whole thing behind that, and it's a weird movie. It's an interesting movie. It has to do, like, it takes all these weird tropes and just spins it on its head, and I think I like this movie because it's different. It's not like anything you've ever seen. Maybe some things nowadays, but John Cusack and Demi Moore have a lot of energetic, kinetic energy in this movie. They really fit together. They're really young because I think this movie came out in the 80s. But it's fun to see, these characters who are kind of like the David versus the Beckers, Goliath. And a Regala race ends up getting entwined into the story of how Cassandra's going to get her money back. And I don't know, there's so much weird, good stuff going on. There's a whole thing with Joel Murray's character getting stuck under, this fat guy's his chair, and they have to rescue him. And like I said, the movie's fun. There's a lot of good stuff to it. Bobcat Goldthwait is always, Bobcat Goldthwait, so he really fits into this weird story of people just living out a summer on what is necessarily like a drug-filled island, it seems like. And then there's a whole thing with lobsters, and I don't know. This movie's kind of like, it reminds me a lot of Toys, where it's a movie about weird, eccentric characters that are fit into this weird, interesting world. And like I said, John Cusack, he's being his young John Cusack, so he's doing a really eccentric, oddball character. And Demi Moore is playing off stereotypes, so she's just fun to watch. And of course, Joel Murray is, the brother of Bill Murray, so he's just having fun too. But I don't know, it's really hard to explain this plot of this movie because it really doesn't make any sense. But it's fun to watch. It's kind of like, if you watch a movie where you go, huh, that was interesting, but somehow it just ekes into your heart. And like I said, growing up with this movie as a kid, I don't know, it finds a special place in my heart. Is it the greatest movie in the world? Probably not. But for me, it's a movie I definitely recommend you should check out. It's very unique for its time. Savage Steve Holland has this weird, crazy things he wants to put in his head that he wants to put on screen. And there's not much more you can talk about it. It's a fun movie. It's an interesting movie. It's only like 90 minutes long, but just the animation that's in the movie, just the characters themselves that play off of this weird scenario of someone trying to save their house, someone trying to relive or to try to get their dream of animation, somebody who just wants to belong, somebody who just wants to create, a friendly relationship. I definitely recommend it. It's something special, so... But that's it on One Crazy Summer. I hope I was able to explain it better. I'll get better at this, I promise. But if you like what you see in this flashback review, tell me. If there's anything you feel like a change, let me know. But like I said in the beginning, check us out on YouTube, Audio Boom, Facebook, and Twitter. Also, if there's any movies that you want to hear me review about in the Flashback Cinema, maybe if most of the time I've seen it, let me know. I would definitely like some recommendations. Otherwise, I'll probably come up with like 1,000 different movies that you've never even heard of. So I wanted to do Shawshank Redemption first, but I figured everybody's seen that movie, so I'll do it later on if I do like a top 10 or whatever. So, but with that, we'll go and head out, and we'll see you guys on the next episode of Flashback Review. Peace.